The principles of Pilates. Now, these really are vital in understanding what makes Pilates Pilates. Many people say, is Pilates the same as yoga? Is it the same as Kalinetics? No. What makes Pilates truly Pilates is the principles of Pilates. And there's 9 principles of Pilates. The first principle of Pilates is breath. Breath is where everything starts. It's the first thing we do when we're born. It feeds every cell in our body. So without breath, you're not doing Pilates. So it's important when you are participating in your Pilates work that breath is very much part of this. You're not holding your breath. So you must commit and learn to breathe. And this will be a process. It will take time, but it's part of those principles of Pilates and it's part of that learning for you. So the first principle is breath. The second principle is concentration. To focus in and be focused on that movement and feel that movement and be in that movement is vital. If you have no concentration, you're not present in that movement, and that is the second principle of Pilates. So when you're in doing your Pilates practice, you are focusing in on that movement, because that focus in on that movement will allow the mind to be receiving that work as well. So it strengthens your mind and switch you off from the normal daily stresses of life. So concentration, the second principle of Pilates. The third principle is control. Joseph Pilates wanted us to control not only the body but the mind. So to first connect with that movement, so control and knowing what your intentions are and what you plan to do, and then getting that control into your movement. So it's better to do 5 concentrated controlled movements than to do 20 that you have no focus or concentration or control with that. So when you're performing your Pilates moves, we want you to really focus in and control from the mind to the body. The fourth principle of Pilates is centering. So everything from Pilates, Mr. Pilates talked about coming from your powerhouse. So it's coming from your center. So everything comes from this central point. Everything is outwards from that center. So it's important that you are strong through this center and then out into your peripheries. The next principle of Pilates is precision. Now, precision is something that you get once you have mastered your concentration and your other principles. It's something that you work towards. It's not something you will achieve right away, but it's something you're striving to achieve. That precision in that focused, precise movement from your mind to your physical body, and that precision of your movement. You may never achieve perfection, that what you deem as perfection, but it's about trying to be the best that you can be through your mind and through the quality of your movement. The next principle is balanced muscle development. So as you go through the rest of your principles, this will happen. So improvement to your overall balanced musculature and your overall posture, this will start to happen. But without those previous principles of Pilates, then you will not achieve this balanced muscular development. So it will happen with that precision, that control, and that working the mind and the body. The next principle is rhythm and flow. Having a rhythmic movement combined with that focus, that concentration and that breath, those other principles, it produces less stress on your joints. So when you move, you will move with, I suppose, elegance and grace, and reducing the amount of stress that you then place on your joints. The next principle is whole body movement. Pilates is not just about your core. Yes, everything originates from your powerhouse, that central point, but Pilates is a whole body movement. It is not just working your core. You are working, when you're doing the Pilates method, and you're working your whole mind and physical body together, your whole body is working. It is not just working any one particular area. And the final principle of Pilates is relaxation. When we perform our Pilates exercises, we perform just using the amount of energy we need. We want to teach you to be normal functioning human beings who's able to ambulate and move using the correct amount of energy. Everything that we do is about expelling energy. And if we wanted to be, for example, a better runner, we don't want to be using more energy to run. We want to be making the most of the energy and utilizing the correct amount of energy. Pilates is about utilizing just the right amount of energy that you need to execute that movement precisely using all your other principles. But it's also important that we unwind and we're able to relax the body and the mind appropriately throughout our practice at the correct time. So relaxation is a big part and one of the most important Pilates principles. So those are your Pilates principles. That is what makes Pilates Pilates, and it's through all of those principles together that you're doing Pilates practice.